This is the podcast about nothing with your host, Leo Black, the unfiltered voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Podcast About Nothing. I'm your host, Leo Black, the unfiltered voice, and welcome to the very first ever episode of Podcast About Nothing. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, we're here, guys. And yo, man, I'm so ecstatic. I'm so happy, and I'm really glad that you guys are also here with me and watching this very first episode of this podcast. Yeah, man, in the very first episode, we're talking about a lot of stuff, man. I sat down with my couple of friends. We chatted about a few stuff and everything, and man, the conversation was juicy as hell. Unfortunately, there was no visual for that. We just only had audio, but hey, you're still gonna enjoy the conversation that we were having, because the conversation was fire, the conversation was lit. Hey, Anas, guys, yo, this is Kuluma Lab. What's going on? But hey, man, it was all fun, it was all great, and guys, I hope you're gonna enjoy it as well. In the first episode, I just bring it down to you what's gonna happen. We have two parts. The first part of the episode, we talk about is Zinzao, guys. And then Zinzao, guys, hey, the things that you guys do around December. December was a cool month. I had a great time. I was with my family, mostly my cousins. You know what? I had a great time. I met a lot of people, hang out with a lot of people, partied a lot, get drunk a lot. Hey, guys, I can't believe it, some of the things that people do during December. But you know what? Bring it back to the topic we discussed on that day. We discussed in Dabazogut and what happens to the fling or flings that some of you hook up with during December and everything, and in the summer. And what do you guys do with them? You know, like, do you pursue relationship with them, or you just discard and like put it aside? It was for December, and let's just leave it as that. You know, we talk about that, and also we had a very interesting conversation. And furthermore into the conversation, with another conversation where we're talking about ukjola noma groove and amagroovists, abahlezi ema clubbing, ema party and everything. I'm like, how do you guys keep up with that? Yo, I would never, guys. But anyway, if you want to know my opinions and how the conversation went, you can tune in. Also, it's on the first part of this episode. You can listen to what we're talking about also. And there is another part, it's part 2, where we're discussing, hey guys, do you see them post clearly no bone a kulumisa cool kuma social media and everything, and like you see like, okay, cool, you 1 million and everything. Guys, there's so many crazy things that are happening in the club, guys. Like, I was like, the conversation I was having was crazy, but hey, you're gonna hear for yourself. We're also discussing about the club culture that is happening around South Africa, man. Like, you know, we're speaking to one of a person who was working for a club and everything, and unfortunately I can't watch her name, but you will hear she has a lot of juice, she has a lot of content, she has a lot of stuff that she dropped for us. And hey guys, I couldn't believe the stuff she was telling us, but hey, she's someone who's been working to multiple clubs, and she's seen it all, and she was telling everything that was happening in the club. So guys, do tune in and listen to what was happening on the first ever episode of Podcast About Nothing.
This is the podcast about nothing.
Now I have a question for you guys. Yes, question is simple. Like, do you guys believe in like taking a December fling into turn them into a relationship? Let's just say you meet someone at December and you just have a good time and you vibe, everything is good and everything, and then December imagine, but you still there's a vibe. Like,
December is the month, dog. Doesn't matter when you meet the person.
but then most of the time, like, what creates the vibe that you guys actually even meet is because of the whole thing that happens around December, like Wumnandi, like, you know, and
Yeah,
stuff
but
like that.
if you're still vibing, let's say Jane and Faith, dog, like there's still that vibe, there's still that connection. I feel like it's genuine enough for you to like look into it, like, you know what, maybe there's something here. Because I'll tell you one thing about December vibe. See, once you start smashing 7 times or whatsoever, if you're not bored after the 7th time, just know.
So you have to count it how many times you smash, and then before you make it real.
Not really, like, but I don't want to talk, like, we've been chatting each other now. And now it's not about the sex.
It's not about chowing, dog. I'm talking about like turning. I can imagine when you're taking this thing about chowing. I'm not talking about like sleeping with someone. I'm talking about like trying to turn it like in a December fling of whatsoever into like a full blown relationship because of whatever like reason.
It depends if you see this person as relationship material.
The thing is, guys, I don't know about you guys, but I don't hook up with people that I don't see myself dating. It's a thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, that makes sense, ma'am.
Sometimes, like personally, sometimes I smash just for the sake of smashing, even though I know this person, I wouldn't date them.
And I'm a girl and I'm too careful with his words, so I wouldn't just smash.
There's a thing about me, dog. Like if and I'm not gonna be able to like see like date you about outside of a fling, then I'm not probably gonna like sleep because I'm not gonna find you attractive. I'm not gonna find you what. Because for me, attraction is the first thing that's gonna draw me to you, and then obviously the conversation gonna have probably whatever, even if it's a groove, ganyana. But that little bit conversation that okay, cool, everything is important for me because I'm trying to gauge now, do we actually have something to talk about?
Physical attraction is nothing. Like you meet a hun at the club, you guys are feeling each other, she's hot, you guys are grinding on the dance floor, what she comes back with you to your place. That's never happened.
It does happen, but I'm saying what I'm saying is that if I'm able to take it to my place after a night, then if it happens that me and you continue to chat and talk, then obviously I have to be open to the fact that maybe one day, if we continue to talk and we end up being like close and everything, I'll be open to date her. But I'm not saying I'm going to the club to find someone to date. No, obviously not. But if I do meet someone, then we have a conversation, we enjoy each other, and then okay, we have a situation or whatever, we smash and everything, and then we enjoy each other. And then obviously if now it comes to a point where like okay, I feel like I like this hand because of how we are, then now I must not be like shy now. It's got the no dog. It was, I have to be like, oh yeah, Vele, she's the type of girl I'd go for if I would.
But fine.
To go over a relationship. Yeah.
How many one night stands do you think you've had? Like just a rough number. Plus minus 5. Plus or minus 5.
Why you trying to make me lie, dog? Listen, no, either way, the number you're trying to make me say is a lie.
Nobody, regardless, if the number is more than one, it means you've been with someone that you just got the bums. Then you're like, you know what? That's it. I'm fine.
I think for me, sometimes it's just sex. Like I can find somebody hot, and even on Twitter, I find somebody hot, like their pics, DM, get a conversation going, and just smash.
That's what you do, Ghana.
I am more positive. No,
it happened.
Hey.
Dog, are you not listening? You're not listening to understand. You're just arguing right now. Because what I said is that, and even when it hurt me, you date obviously, bro. There are off days, dog. I'll lie to you. There are off days where like okay, ulambile, and you just want to chow and sleep. Obviously, like, and then maybe the crowd around you is not like pleasing enough for you to like okay everything. Obviously, so now you're gonna sometimes even take one for the team. We're like maybe a friend, your friend's girl is not nice. About your what is this? Somebody the girl that is with your friend is not nice. So man, you have to take one for the team. Sometimes it happens in that case, but that is a different situation. But if I'm winning, I'm like sticking. I'm looking at this girl. I'm like, yo, she's hot and pretty. But like, let me go approach her and everything. I both talk to her and everything, and then. That's the situation I'm talking about. It's okay.
So you immediately know from that conversation that you would date this person.
You look at her. I'm like, yeah, she's hot. I'm like, she's attractive. I'm attracted to her. Let me approach her and see how this gonna go. And come in a corner, at the club, dog, or at group, you're not gonna go with like, oh, you're gonna go to her because you wanna date her. Dog, you be lying.
No,
I think the first thing.
What I'm asking is from that conversation that you have with her, do you know if you would date her or not?
No. You can't. For me, I don't think I can know for a fact.
So
Because
do you see
everything,
why?
it's
Do you see why I'm saying
heightened
something?
it's heightened by alcohol and everything. Like everything is just like not as is at that moment until the following morning. Then in the morning, there are people that you wake up next to. You're just gonna wake up and make them breakfast, and they eat such a nice breakfast, and then just have conversation, and then eat food and eat them up and everything. Even just
No.
nice. They end up spending.
What I'm saying that you're bit of contradicting yourself, because you say you only sleep with people who you would date.
Okay, I think I said there are instances where you'd have to like take one for the team, or where like, okay, it's an off day, you just wanna bust the nut and you're just gonna take some.
Okay.
But the
No,
instance,
What
So-
you've been saying
the-
for the past
so-
3 minutes, ne? We are now agreeing with each other. But what you were saying like 10 minutes ago, I feel like that was different from what you said. But at least now,
no, guys, the question I asked was someone that I had a situationship with. So if I'm having a situationship, it was not a one night stand. It was someone whom I met on that night, but we kept on seeing each other even after that first night. So it's not someone that I saw once and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna date her. No, it's someone that I was like constantly seeing about over the period of the festive season. So it's a situationship in dating a layer that I'm trying to make you like. How do you like, if like maybe something like that happens, then would you encourage when, if you're in the situation, would you now say, I'm like, oh, I've been hanging out with this girl throughout festive season and we cool and everything. Okay, now what's the vibe? Should we take it further or what? That's my question. I'm not talking about like, obviously, probably I'm on one night stands. Go, those are not now. Like Sasa, she's gone. You don't even take a number, or you don't even gonna what see again. I'm not talking about.
So now this is a solid fling. You guys have been vibing for a while.
Yeah, let's just say for a while, a few weeks.
Oh, so you basically date, you like her, then date her, dog.
No, guys, it's not the same. Come on.
isn't it?
I think you're hiding behind.
You guys, I'm not. This is not a thing that happened to me. Let's start there. I'm asking you because someone is like asked me. No, there's this time that they found. No, so like they're trying to find out. Like, hey, they had found it. I'm like, so now I'm trying to find it. It's a real thing that you could do. Because now I'm going out. I will never date someone like I met around like this time because it doesn't make sense.
All I'm saying is, if that fling from December, now it's after the festive, like I just feel like you just have to wait it out until it's after the festive and everyone is back into their senses and whatever. And if the vibe is still continuing, bro, you're still feeling the person and they still feel you too.
So you guys are saying, Mangwan, you included as saying that in it, you would date someone you were flinging with maybe during festive, right?
I feel like that's just how every relationship starts, regardless of when you met the person. If it was December
for me,
vibes,
it doesn't have to be for my December vibes. I don't really believe in that, eh?
now I'm pretty available my December vibes, because I couldn't talk much about December, whichever. You just go about your life.
Corner, dog.
Yeah.
Dog.
Man, how about corn?
Guys, you wanna tell me like there's like people?
There's married people, dog, who like on December go on and like they don't wear their wedding bands, and because with an aid of like, okay, we are now getting these hoes or getting these girls or getting these niggas or getting these boys. So that's like the eight, like because like they're married and like, no, we're not wearing our wedding rings. We're going to these places to just get laid. There are people like that, dog.
Hey,
They actually that.
I mean, dog, I know. I know like most of them like are married, but you know, but But what I'm saying is that it's common. So the reason why I'm asking this, I'm like, so man, if like you now are dating, wouldn't you like have this thing of like, since you guys met at Groove, and then when she's saying she's going to at Groove now, won't you have this little bit of like, what if she meets someone the same way that she met you? Ebo? So when you like have that, yeah, I'm like, that's what if when you're trying to cuff this person? Because clearly, if someone is like you meet someone at the club or whatever and everything, there might be a situation where like she might meet someone else right in the same spot like that. Then how do you then maneuver around that situation? Because it's really something.
Can I speak for the ladies?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. This is obviously majority rules because you can't speak for every single person. But in a situation, the club dynamics of females and males is very different. Females very rarely take out money to drink. So it's always gonna be a situation whenever a girl goes to groove, she wants to go drink. That comes with entertaining certain guys or whatever. Certain girls will go home with the guys, certain girls won't. I know so many girls that go to the club, get to a table with a guy, entertain them just because they want to drink. And they'll go back to their nigga, have fun with their nigga. The whole night did not step out on anything with the nigga, which is different for a guy. A guy will pay for the alcohol expecting for the girl to do something. So I think guys that meet girls at groove and then once the girl goes to groove, know that what other guys are thinking. A girl that goes to groove that has a relationship, not all of them, but most of the girls that go to groove when are in relationships just go there to spend or chop a guy's money because girls just never get their own table and buy their own liquor.
Mantombazane bafethu ayigeke.
That's fair.
It's the truth.
Like, that's the truth. Yeah. Even when they come to table,
So like wait,
they're beautiful girls feeding, and then they come to offer drinks and all of that. But they come with the mentality that gosh. But we just that to have fun. After you paid for this, you just get up and leave. And we always
So Manwani, you're telling me you guys put yourself at that situation just because you want a few vibes and stuff like that, and you left your boyfriend at home to put yourself in the situation.
No, you didn't. Did you hear what she said, man?
No, I heard it. It sounds like you say we're not. That's what I'm saying. Like let's just say me and you are dating, and you're saying you and your friends and you're going out on a girl's night out. You're going to say the club. You're dating me when you go to the club, and then you go to the club. You're gonna be there, looking pretty and nice and everything. Me and I'm just home and everything, chilling, and you tell baby enjoy, have fun, and then you guys meet guys there. They buy your drinks. Obviously, 70 impressions. Okay, we got my baddies here. We got the honeys and everything. So we sorted. Nah, I'm your boyfriend. How is that supposed to make me feel? That's when you're already
your girlfriend is chopping another guy's money without the benefits.
No, not without the benefits. You are like in the table with people who are literally gonna be touching you, who gonna be
that's
entertaining.
subjective. That's
It's not subjective. Okay, because let me say this: you're gonna have to have a conversation with these people. The crowd is very loud. They're gonna be talking to your ear. They're gonna be holding you and everything, trying to have a little bit of conversation and everything, right? Like that.
That happens with every single person.
You're gonna get closer to this person, regardless of how you want it or not, right?
If I don't December, wow.
Yeah, it's great. And you should
No, No. Don't
I
put
hear you,
yourself-
Bafana, because obviously the whole thing, no one wants their girlfriend being touched by random people. But the thing is, I'm speaking for us, the way I'm speaking, and I did tell you this is majority rules. There's obviously certain factors that determine things. Every single person, whenever in the club, your friend is gonna come and speak to your ear. Your gay friend is gonna come and speak to your ear. Anyone, a person asking to pass by.
But I know, I know those people. That the people that I know. But now they're gonna come at you and about snacks and at you and everything because they bought you a couple of bottles and everything, and then they're gonna start feeling like they have some type of ownership or entitlement to you and everything.
Doesn't that say more about the men than the women? if the guy feels more ownership
And that's the thing
over
about
a
the club
person
culture that
because
I
they
hate
bought
so
her
much.
a
Because
800 rand Hennessy.
exactly, that's the club culture, right?
But
And that's what I'm saying.
I get you. Dakuvone. I'm just saying, you saying, man, these people are going to feel ownership over you. Doesn't that say more about the men than the women?
It does. That's the thing I'm saying. It's okay. Why would you now then subject yourself to such if you know that what kind of person, what kind of people are they in the club? Because you are saying, you literally told us, like, when it's okay, you guys go to the club because you know guys will spend money, right, on you. So obviously you will have to endure that disrespect and also like whatever.
It's not always the case. I personally,
the harassment and
I'm in a
everything.
club setting with my friends, whenever I know my way and what words to use to specific guys for them to not, I know boundaries and I know how to set them with men. Not always will other women be able to do that, but me, speaking for me, I'm very much able to go to a guy's table, them spend on me, give them and feed into their fantasy of us going home together without them even touching me. And then when it's time to go home, I tell them, ish, this came up while I'm going home. Regardless of whether they get mad or not, I'm still gonna go home. You played yourself.
But that's dangerous. That is a dangerous game.
What Aduksi is saying, I've experienced it as a bartender in clubs. So you know what most of those hands do. Obviously, me, I'm always at the club three nights a week, and she's probably used to me, and she just likes the guy, is. She's gonna come in, be with those ballers. They have that nice time watching. I know the ones who keep talking about, bro. Like it's like they set a boundary.
I'm so proud.
Can you guys hear
I'm a hostess in the club. Like I work in the club, so I'm obviously going to speak from a different standpoint than every other girl that just is invited for their friends or wants a good time. I get paid to be there.
Yeah,
I get paid to sleep.
But I'm saying,
Continue.
now, let's say you're not a hostess in the club, right? Me as a nigga who's the boyfriend at home, and you are entertaining guys in the section because they buy. Now, my niggas phone me and be like, yo, she's in the club with these niggas in the section. She's entertaining them. They're buying her drinks and shit. Let's say you're not a hostess, right? So your case is very different to like most other.
The problem is with the boyfriend. That's why. Why is your hand having to go and entertain some other niggas? Why was it you are like,
Said it to herself that any girls, there was a dog. Most of them would go to the club but they will not spend it. I could send money, but she will choose not to spend it because there are niggas willing to spend and drop some money on.
I've had
it doesn't matter if I send it or not.
I still don't use it because I know that there's someone desperate enough to even. And this is the thing. I've had situations where I'm like, I'm with my girls, I'm cool. Like we are smart as is 10 LA. 2 bottles of Moe and Shandong. We got ourselves Hennessy. We got ourselves 6 dash. And like, no, please, I promise. These false promises. And at a certain point, you can't say no to free stuff. Let's just be human. Besides gender, let's be human. We wanna save money.
Yeah, especially on alcohol. Alcohol is expensive.
I think the thing is, personally, I don't understand.
And this is why, I mean, honestly, personally, I would never date someone who clubs a lot.
Which is fine. I get it. I don't dispute
it's too much.
Any man's
it's a lot, shame.
or thoughts of my girl is in the club with these guys and they're doing this and this and this.
Imagine now I'm getting calls and video calls at 3 I'm sleeping. And like look at your hand, dog. She's out twerking for a nigga. Like a nigga old enough to be my dad. I'm like, no way, dog. I'm not trying to live that life.
I've never seen girls twerk for niggas for bottles. Most of the time, a girl will always bring one of their friends or all their friends to a table. My girl, if I'm at a table and a guy invited me, let's say it's that guy and 2 people, like two gents, and they invite me, I'm gonna make sure that I bring 3 girls or I bring 4 girls. Because if the amount of girls are outnumbering the guys, it's understandable when we entertain each other. If it's 2 girls, 2 guys, it's kind of like a pressure situation to 1, 1, 1, 1. Do you get what I'm saying? So I personally crack the code of if I ever go to a table, I make sure that the number of girls outweighs the number of guys so that it's understandable when we entertain each other because they know that these are the girls. I don't know what I'm saying.
Let me switch that up.
particular-
Let me say that you're the one dating a guy who's a baller at the clubs. Would you be happy with the fact that the nigga of yours is busy spending money on some random girls in the club? Would you be happy with that setup?
I personally would never date a guy in the club because that's crazy, right? And also, let me just tell you, I personally would never date a guy in the club, which is why I understand if a relationship with a guy who is not in the club and I go to the club doesn't work out, because I wouldn't settle for the same. But I wouldn't put myself in a position to date a guy in the club because I know that these girls will come up to that nigga, even if he was chilling with his friends, they'll come up and be like, hi, how are you? Like, do you guys want to chill? Wah, wah, wah. Like, the club dynamics is always transactional. From guys, from girls, whatever it is. A club, we should know that this situation as a club is very, you guys, every single person is not sober in that room. And even the sober people, then they have to go home because why are you here?
And I would never.
I think if you date someone that goes to the club a lot, understand where you found them. If you meet a girl at Groove, don't expect her to stop or change anything because that's where you found her. Which is why I also said that if a guy that does meet me, I let them know that I work in the club, and if it proceeds, they should proceed with caution. Not that I'm not going to do anything, but I'm not going to stop the things that I was doing in terms of, I'm not going to stop going to the club. Okay, let me just say, I would never date a guy that clubs, right? Ne? And then if I do meet someone in the club and I decide to date them, I, as the person in a relationship, would go out of my way to ease the person's mind that I'm not being unfaithful or putting myself in situations that compromise our relationship. But if it ever comes to a point where that is not enough for the person, I'm going to understand and even hey bro, like, I don't know what more I can do to tell you or show you, mana, this, I'm here for you. Which is why I'll understand if the relationship doesn't work out.
So, like, okay, let me ask you, like, I don't know if maybe it's personal, but I'm just trying to ask you, like, do you find it easy to date niggas knowing the fact that you work in the club, or it's just difficult?
No, the thing is, I come from a very rare breed of the people, whenever I'm in a relationship, everyone else automatically becomes unattractive. Like, I pride myself. Honestly, like, no, the thing is, like, it's fine if you don't, like, believe it because you're so used to, like, your experiences and your experiences of marriage. But we can't deny the fact that people are different.
It's the idea, it's
right,
different.
So I can't convince you to believe what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is my truth. Whenever I'm in a relationship, that's that. I work in a club because I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm very good with my words. I know how to use my pretty privilege. I know how to tell men exactly what they want to hear.
That is the first part of episode number 1. I hope you enjoyed it and everything. Hey, the conversation was going very well and I enjoyed it. And you know what? As much as like the guys were trying to convince me, trying to put me in a different light, hey guys, I mean, I believe though, one should make their own decision, but I think also what they said was very important, that December is just a month, sometimes you might meet someone who's very nice and everything and who's genuine, like something good might come out of that relationship that you might have started there, so you can never write off a person because of because you got December. No, not everyone is like all out there to just have fun and have a good time for their time, it's like some people literally would make meaningful relationships and connections during that time of the month. Also, guys, like we're gonna head straight to part 2 because I don't want to keep like any longer because I wanted to discuss part 2 because part 2 is crazy. It's crazy. I don't know, man, where to start. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure you subscribe and like and share with your friends, and also tune in for the next episode which is going to be dropping, and also make sure you ring that bell so you get the notification when you're dropping that video.
This is a podcast about nothing with your host, Leo Black, the Unfiltered Voice.